Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today.
Good morning, Anna.
Ms. Cornwell, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Your Honor. It's good to see you as well.
It's been a good little while.
Absolutely.
Let's see. When the jail is ready, we can get started.
Yes. Good morning, Judge Morrow. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good, good.
Whenever you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and start with position number 2, Mr. Brown.
Good morning, Mr. Dodos. How are you today?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
And this is going to be a non-negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor. The only issue are the conditions. We're fine with everything else.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Brown. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Jones, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. First of all, nice to meet you. My name is Marquez Jones, and I'm appearing under the Third Year Practice Act.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Jones. Glad you're here. We're glad you're here.
Thank you, Your Honor. So this incident took place on July 4th of 2022. Officers were dispatched to 249 Peyton Place, Atlanta, Georgia. Upon arrival, officers spoke with the victim, Miss Kimberly, and I'm going to spell her last name. It's going to be Maiertonye, which happens to be the defendant's mother. Miss Kimberly stated that her son tried getting inside of her home. He aggressively started knocking and actually broke a wooden chair, and he damaged the screen to the door. Your Honor, we offered 12 months to serve, 12 months, 24 days to serve, credit for time served 12 days, ADET, family FVIP, 6 weeks of anger management, BHET, and the balance probated. Stay away from 249 Peyton Place and no further contact with the victim.
You want 6 weeks of anger management and FVIP?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think that was the oversight, Your Honor. We'll probably drop the FBIP.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. Mr. Walker, good morning.
Good morning.
So yes, Mr. Dodos, what's the issue?
Yes, Your Honor. We're fine with the jail time, and we're fine with the 6 weeks of anger management. Our issues are with the alcohol drug evaluation and treatment and the BHET program that the state is also asking for. I don't see anything that would warrant any potential alcohol or drug treatment based on the warrant, nor do I see anything that rises to the level of the BHET program. If there are any concerns that the court has regarding Mr. Brown and the alleged victim's relationship, he understands he can have no further contact with the victim, and we think that the 6 weeks of anger management is enough for the charges to mitigate any concerns the court has. Additionally, Mr. Brown has been in custody in Cobb County for the past 7 months on unrelated charges. He has closed those charges out, and he will be on probation for the next 3 years based on those charges, as well as doing a drug treatment program for those charges. So I don't see any reason for him to have to add too much on and set him up for failure. So we are just asking that the court allow Mr. Brown to enter a plea with the time served and just the 6 weeks of anger management.
Your Honor, if I may, really quick. So the defendant's mother actually stated that her son was actually on drugs at the time that he did this. So there is some history of drug usage, which is why the state made the recommendation that it did make.
Okay. Mr. Dodos, the the Cobb County, what was he charged with in Cobb County and what was the sentence? Do you know?
Aggravated assault.
It was, Your Honor, I only had limited time to look into this, so I'm trusting my client's word on this, but he tells me it was aggravated assault.
Maybe 3
And this, yeah,
3 years probation.
and it'll be 3 years of probation, once he settles, this charge. He will have, the conditions related to, the drug program as well. Are there any other conditions related to that charge?
Anger management.
He also has a separate anger management, but we do understand that he will have to likely do anger management for this charge as well, which he's open to. And as Mr. Jones mentioned something from the victim, from the alleged victim, but I don't see her on if she wants to testify. I don't have any information about any drugs or alcohol issues, and I don't have anything in the discovery given to us based on that, so we wouldn't ask for that to be considered.
Is pretrial on with us?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Can you give me the history, please? Good morning.
Yes, good morning. This is my first misdemeanor court. What information in particular would you like?
Any convictions or arrests?
Okay, okay. So the defendant has, 17 arrest cycles. He has a criminal attempt to commit a felony. It's out of Cobb County. Disposition date on that is July 2011. He has an obstruction of law enforcement. That's also out of Cobb County. Disposition date on that one is April 2012. Another criminal attempt to commit a felony, same disposition date. Of fleeing or attempting to elude police officer, disposition date on that is October 2016. That's out of Cobb County also. There's a theft by receiving stolen property and driving without a valid license. Yeah, I believe the disposition date on that one is December of 2016. Let's see, driving without a valid license, Bartow County, it's in 2018. Battery, family violence, first offense, criminal trespass, cruelty to children in 3rd degree. I think 3 counts of cruelty to children in 3rd degree. Disposition date on that is September 2018. He has another battery out of Bartow County. Disposition date on that is November of 2018. Another criminal trespass out of Cobb County. Disposition date on that is June 2021.
Mr. Brown, I'm sorry. Mr. Douglas, I am going to require the ADET if he wants to plead. I won't require the BHET with the other conditions that were recommended by the state, if he wants to accept that.
You want to accept that? Okay, we're prepared to go forward with the plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Brown, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001665J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and damage to property. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea, your plea, Mr. Brown. The sentence is going to be 12 months to serve, 24 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance probated, and alcohol drug evaluation and treatment if necessary, 6 weeks of anger management, stay away from the Peyton Place address, no further contact with the victim, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on probation.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I didn't say earlier, but we do stipulate to the factual basis being an ID for the purpose of this plea. We would request, Your Honor, to give Mr. Brown a break on his probation fees if the court would be inclined to help him get back on his feet.
I'll give him 2 months to get a job, so I'll waive 2 months of the fees. And when he completes the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, Mr. Brown.
Position 23, Ms. Jada Wheeler, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning, Officer Milton. I hope you're well.
Thank you. Same to you, sir.
Your Honor, on case 23, can I have Mr. Walker?
So what?
I'm sorry, Mr. McLean. Say it again.
On case 23, I need to talk to Mr. Walker for just a moment before we do the negotiated plea. It is a negotiated one, but I think he's ringing me now.
Okay, so we'll come back to ACDC as soon as Mr. McLean is back with us. Can we take someone else? Mr. Walker?
I'm sorry, that's not me calling. Can I have the courtroom telephone number one more time?
It's 404-612-2392.
Thank you. I'll call right now.
Judge, if I could inquire to the court,
I mean, Walker's calling you now.
Position 12 and 13,
Good morning.
Mr. Nye.
Judge, if I could inquire to the court really quick.
Okay,
For North, position 12 and 13.
yeah, we don't have any attorneys prepared to go forward on 12. Who has 12 and 13?
Oh, Your Honor, I have 12 and 13. I'm ready.
Okay,
That's ready. That's a negotiated plea.
all right. Good morning, Mr. Nime. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you ready for us, Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Bickerstaff, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
And Your Honor, I actually have position 12, but I think Ms. Bickerstaff is 13.
Yes, go ahead, Ian. Sorry.
You want to start with 12 first?
You can start with 12. That's fine.
Okay. So the state's recommendation on position 12 is going to be 12 months to serve, 30 days, credit for time served, 15 days, balance probated with the conditions of an anti-theft course and a stay away from 2907 Main Street in East Point, Georgia.
Ms. Bickerstaff?
Needs to go to booth number 3.
You're on mute.
Sorry about that. So yes, the state's position for offer for position 13 is 12 months to serve, 30 days, credit for time served, 15 days, balance probated, and an 8-week anger management course, and to stay away from no stay away order.
And no stay away and no further contact?
No further contact, Your Honor, because the victim in this case is currently deceased.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, it's pronounced Nemi as it turns out. Mr. Nemi asked the court to accept his negotiated plea of guilty so he can get on probation. He stipulates the venue, factual basis, and identification, and he understands the terms as we discussed them.
Mr. Nemi, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001612A, you wish to plead guilty to giving false information to law enforcement officer, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and another charge of giving false information to law enforcement officer. And in case 23 CR 001613A, you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Nemi. Once you complete the terms of the probation, they will go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get this done, the sooner you don't have to report, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor,
All
I
right.
that's within the dollar cost approximately that we typically see in anti-theft classes and in anger management classes, and we wondered if the court could give them a break financially to start off.
He should be able to get this done in 2 months' time, so I will waive 2 months of the fees.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's see. Are you ready? Did you get an opportunity to speak with your client at ACDC, Mr. McLean?
It's not the, well, that's.
You needed to speak
Mr.
with
Walker, right.
Have you spoken with him?
Not yet, Your Honor.
All right, so we can't go to ACDC. I see that we have Mr. Bixson and Ms. Cornwell on the line. Can we see where their clients are and maybe get them taken care of this morning? Good morning. Good morning.
So I have Mr. Paul Perdue. He's out of custody. I'm not quite sure if we're supposed to be on today's calendar.
Okay.
They gave us a Zoom link for today online. I just saw that it says resets.
What's your client's name?
It's Paul Perdue, Judge. And I have a case number as well.
Yes, Judge, that defendant made bond, so it's gonna be reset further notice to the state court judge.
Okay, so his case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of his next hearing.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Okay, yes, have a good day. Thank you. Ms. Cornwell, who do you have?
I have DeAndre Porterfield, which is AKA Darian Hicks.
Yes, I have him here in courtroom 2. He's
Can we go ahead?
Add-on position 1, Mr. Hicks. Come on, Mr. Hicks.
And Ms. Cornwell, what are we doing with Mr. Hicks this morning?
This is a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Hicks. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Hicks. Mr.
Your
Walker? Yes, Ms. Cornwell.
If I just may have for clarification purposes, the case has been accused in the name of Darian Hicks. However, Mr. Hicks' actual name is DeAndre Porterfield. I just want that clear for the record.
So he goes by Porterfield,
Yes, Your Honor.
and is the plea paperwork will be completed in the name of Porterfield?
I guess I have to ask Mr. Walker.
If we could put that down and put down AKA Trey Hicks or whatever is easiest.
Okay, so let's put both.
Okay.
Let's do it that way, Mr. Walker.
Okay. And the state's recommendation is time served of 3 days, Your Honor.
12 months to serve 3 days, credit for time served 3 days, balance suspended.
That is correct.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Cornwell?
No, Your Honor, just that you accept what's been negotiated. Mr. Porterfield's been in the Fulton County Jail since March 28th, but has been in custody since November 4th, 2022.
Okay. Mr. Hicks, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 009138H, you wish to plead guilty to obstruction of a law enforcement officer and giving false information to law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Porterfield. Good luck to you, sir.
Next is position
Thank you, Your
number 21.
Okay. Have a good day, Ms. Cornwell. Good to see you.
Likewise.
And this is Mr. Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is going to be an arraignment this morning.
Correct.
Good morning, Mr. Solomon. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Mr. Solomon, you've been charged in case 23 CR 001617G with simple battery family violence. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. McLean?
We do.
Mr. Solomon, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Position 4, Ellis.
This is also a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Ellis. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is going to be 12 months with 24 days to serve. Credit for time served 12 days. Stay away from 2020 Headland Drive, and the balance will be suspended. No drugs, alcohols, or weapons.
Mr. Dodes?
Yes, Your Honor. That's our understanding. We stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Mr. Ellis, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001661C, you wish to plead guilty to disorderly conduct and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Yes, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yeah, I'm giving it up.
So you don't want a jury trial, that's correct?
Correct.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Ellis. Good luck to you, sir.
That's yours. All right,
That's yours, yeah.
Position 5, Jackson.
This is also a negotiated plea.
Huh?
Yes, Your Honor.
So. Best favorite.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Who's presenting? Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor. So the state's offer is going to be 12 months with 16 days to serve. Credit for time served 8 days. Balance probated. Stay away from 4735 State Route 138. That's Walmart and anti-theft course.
What's his name?
Mr. Dodes?
Yes, Your Honor. I communicated that offer to my client and we're prepared to go forward with the negotiated plea and stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of the plea. Because of the anti-theft class, we would ask this court to give Mr. Jackson a break to land back on his feet by waiving his probation fees. And if there's no objection, switching him over to non-reporting status upon completion of all conditions.
I'm going to terminate the probation once he complete the anti-theft class. He should be able to complete that class within a week or two. So I don't see that it'll be necessary to waive any fees.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 0017779B, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting, criminal trespass, and possession and use of drug-related objects. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Jackson. Once you complete the anti-theft class, the probation will terminate. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, sir.
Come on, Jack. Jackson. Wow.
Position 9, Mitchell.
So I guess he's there. Have you?
Yes, sir. I've had a chance to speak with him.
What are we going to do with Mr. Mitchell this morning?
We're going to waive his plead not guilty, and I'll file some paperwork for the waiver of arraignment.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell, your case is going to be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. So good luck to you.
Position 6, Jones.
This is going to also be a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. So the state's offer is going to be 12 months, 16 days to serve, credit for time served 8 days, stay away from 4735 State Route 138 Walmart, and anti-theft course, and balance probated.
Okay. Mr. Dodes.
Yes, Your Honor. I did convey this offer to my client. We're prepared to go forward with the negotiated plea and stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. Because of the anti-theft class, we would request, Your Honor, to terminate probation upon completion of that course.
Mr. Jones, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 0017772E, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, theft by shoplifting, and possession and use of drug-related objects. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I was caught red-handed.
Okay, so you don't want a jury trial, do you? Okay. Has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
Nah.
Okay, I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Jones. As soon as you get the anti-theft class done, the probation is going to terminate. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you're going to be done with this, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Position 7, Lumpert.
Is this going to also be a waiver, Mr. Dodes?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'll file that paperwork.
Okay. Mr. Lumford, good morning. Your case is going to be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notice of your next hearing date, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Position 24, Mr. Williams.
This is Ms. McLeod's case. Good morning, Ms. McLeod. What are we gonna do with Mr. Williams this morning?
My client will be going over to mental health court at 10, Your Honor.
Okay. So he'll be on the competency calendar.
Yes, he has elected to, no, Your Honor, he's going to
Oh.
mental health program.
Oh,
He
okay.
offered that option and he has accepted it.
Okay, very good. So I guess he will be heard at 10.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
446122391.
All right, so we'll see. Well, someone will see him back at 10.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
I've
Mr.
already
Cloud.
spoken to Officer Duffy and he has the link for.
Okay. Very
Position,
good.
position number 22, Mr. Styles on 3 South.
Tell me again.
Position number 22.
22. Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, that's one where we need to talk to him before, so if we could have a moment on that.
Okay. Do you plan on calling over there, Mr. McLean, or?
They can call down to 612-2392.
Can we do a breakout? Because I don't have a phone up here.
Not really, because there's no confidentiality at all. There's a whole bunch of people here. We could go in the hallway. We could go in the hallway with a breakout, yeah.
Okay, then, yeah.
Okay.
If you, yes, Your Honor, if someone could put a breakout room with PD Angelo Dodas, I'll have Mr. McLean have my laptop.
Okay, thank you.
Position 8, McLean.
And this is going to be a negotiated plea after further negotiations with the state.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. McLean. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, it's going to be 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance probated with a fine of $500 to the fleeing and an additional $500 fine for the reckless, I believe. Let me make sure that's right. Yes, that's correct. A $500 fine for fleeing and an additional $500 fine for reckless. Probation can terminate upon payment of those two fines.
Okay. Mr. Dodas, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Mr. McLean, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001608E, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, reckless driving, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, erratic lane change, driving on the wrong side of the road, and failure to yield right of way to an emergency vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the pleas. The plea is negotiated, Ms. McLean. When you complete the terms, when you pay the fines, then the probation is going to terminate. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Yes.
Are we ready with position 23, Your Honor?
I don't believe Mr. McLean is in the courtroom, and I think that's his client. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm sorry, we're not Officer Milton. As soon as we get Mr. McLean back, we'll be with you, okay?
Thank you.
We appreciate your patience this morning.
Judge Morrow, I have
Yes.
an announcement for, I just saw it. Position 19.
Okay,
He went to downtown court.
okay.
That'll work that out when you get out.
I'll let Mr. McLean know that when he comes back.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
So the rest of these are my client's cases.
And then 11 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Position 11, Mr. Morris.
And he's also position number
Yes.
10, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what are we gonna do with Mr. Morris this morning?
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty and I'll file a waiver of arraignment for both positions.
Okay.
Based on my conversation with Mr. Morris, he tells me that there's no reason to address bond. So we have nothing further for these cases.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Morris. Your case is going to be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir. Good luck to you.
Give me a call if there's any issues with bond. Okay.
What about 18 cents?
I don't know what's going on there.
The rest of the cases that I have, Judge Morrow, is gonna be McLean's case, and he's in a breakout.
Okay, so I guess we'll have to be in recess until Mr. McLean comes back.
Well, let me also ask if they're ready for the competency, because I also have competency. Let me ask Mr.
I can reach out to Mr. Howard, but I don't think he's
You ready?
present.
He's in the room.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Huh?
He's hiding.
He's hiding.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm at standstill right now. I'm on McLean.
Positions 14 and 15, is that, those are gonna go on the competency calendar, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'll fill out that paperwork.
Okay. Do we know what competency calendar that's going to be on? Ms. Grace or Ms. Champion?
Let me check now, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
I can see over in the red chair one.
Judge, we can do April the 20th.
On the red chair.
Okay, thank you.
Position one.
Are you ready, Mr. McLean? You're on mute if you're talking.
There we go. Sorry about that. Your Honor, we're going to waive the formal reading of the accusation, plead not guilty, and ask the court to tell him about watching out for his mail if he's out. He's in jail, unrelated matter.
So tell me who this is again, please.
John Stiles, number 22.
Okay. And he's going to plead not guilty. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
This
Good
is
morning.
not holding him in jail. This is not on his booking sheet.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Stiles. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Sir.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Stiles. You've been charged in case 21 CR 0025556Y with simple battery, family violence, simple assault, family violence, and battery, family violence. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. It's my understanding, Mr. McLean, that you're waiving formal reading of the accusation. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
How do you plead, Mr. Stiles? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, sir.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, are you going to go back into the courtroom, Mr. McLean?
Yes, Your Honor. It's about 50 feet away. I'm going to walk back in there.
Okay, very good. Okay, are we ready with
Position
Ace.
18, Mr. Sims.
okay,
Come on, Sims.
This was an added bacteria against the microbes. Okay.
and this is going to be a negotiated plea?
It is.
Okay. Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Sims. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Sims. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, so the state's offer is 12 months to serve 44 days, credit for time served 22 days, balance probated, an ADET, and a stay away order from the MARTA Lindbergh Station, which is addressed at 2420 Piedmont Road.
All right, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, he asked the court to accept his negotiated plea of guilty, stipulates to venue, identification, factual basis. A note for the record, he's going to do his best. I've given him information about 132 Mitchell Street. I told him he better be reporting there 1 week from today on a Thursday before 3 o'clock, and that would be the best way. He's got an address that I'm putting down on the contact sheet, but he's got to go get his phone numbers. So he's going to do his best, Your Honor, and he promises to do that.
Okay. Mr. Sims, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 0004218, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and public drunk. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Sims. As soon as you complete the alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment, the probation is going to go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you don't have to report, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. He's, that thing I told him on the internet that what I've seen prices of $89 at the lowest, which I don't know if that exists anymore, on up. So if the court could even give him 2 months waiver of probation fees, I think that would serve him well.
Okay, he should be able to get that done within 2 months. So I will waive 2 months of the probation fees for him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck to you, Mr. Sims. Mr. McLean, Mr. McLean.
Yes, Your Honor. He's got the FTA number 2.
Say-
Anthony Sims, FTA number, position number 2 on today's calendar.
Oh, yes. Is that going to be now non-prost? Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, it will be non-prost.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And Mr. McLean, on position number 19, I was informed while you were out that Mr. Smith is, I guess it's downtown in court this morning. I see that that's a not guilty. Do you want to file a waiver in that case?
That'll be fine, Your Honor. We'd be glad to do that.
Okay, thank you.
We have 2 Mr. Smiths. That's Mr.
I believe that's Mr. Elijah Smith.
Very good.
You done? Next, we have position number 20, Mr. Smith.
This is Mr. Montez Smith.
Yes.
Okay. And this is also going to be an arraignment.
Correct, Your Honor, that is.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, Mr. Smith. You have been charged in case 23 CR 001780A with cruelty to children in the 3rd degree and battery family violence. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. McLean?
We do.
How do you plead, Mr. Smith? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, Mr. Smith.
Your Honor, before we dismiss this case, the victim of this case is on Zoom, I believe, and wants to speak really quickly.
Okay, and is this Nicole Coley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. What would you like to say to the court?
So I just wanted to wrap it up real quick because I know that you have a lot of other people. He's basically like my husband and he was wrongly accused. The police just took him right away to custody and didn't even get to hear my side of anything. The only reason why I even knew he was in custody is they were asking me a whole bunch of questions at the hospital. I told the police officers I would make a report later on because I was assaulted from a person that we just had came home with that lives around here. While he went to the gas station, when he got back, we had to call 911 because I was hurt so bad. And they assumed it was him, and so I was not able to make a statement. They took him right away to custody, from my understanding. So the whole thing, it's completely unjustified.
Okay, Ms. Coley. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to get in touch with the solicitor's office and possibly their victim advocate, and proceed that way, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, we saw the notation of set by judge on the bond. I was aware of the court's policy, so that's why we did not speak on that matter.
Okay, thank you. It'll be returned to the division judge, and modification can be made to the bond by that judge. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Smith and Ms. Coley.
Thank you.
Position number 19, Mr. Elijah Smith, he went downtown court.
Yes, we were notified of that, and a waiver is going to be filed in that case.
Okay.
Okay, so where do we want to go next?
I just have a quick announcement, Judge, for position
Okay.
17. They were released. Mr. Sanders,
Okay,
the only ones that we have left here in courtroom 2, Judge, is going to be our competency calendar.
okay.
And that's
And
for courtroom 2.
so position 17,
No.
16 and 17 were released?
Your Honor,
For 16.
position 16 was a typo. That was refused to speak with that. They're still in custody. I'll let Attorney McLean address if needed.
Okay, so Sanders 17 was released, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and 16 is not released?
Your Honor, 16 is at ACDC and declined interview yesterday. So we will regroup and report back to the court when we figure that one out.
Okay, you want to reset that for next Thursday?
Yes, Your Honor, that'd be fine.
Okay. And so nobody else is in courtroom 2, is that right, Francois?
Yeah, nobody else except for the competency.
Except for the competency. So let's go to ACDC. Are you ready on that case, Mr. McLean? Were you able to talk with Mr. Walker?
I was, Your Honor, and I asked my client to simply listen carefully. It's still a negotiated plea, but the state has made your case better. So just listen carefully as to exactly what it's going to be. But it's not, it's just one thing was lowered, so it's just exactly like you thought, with one change.
And tell me what position this is, Mr. McLean?
I believe this is 23.
Okay, Ms. Wheeler?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Ms. Wheeler. I'm Judge
How you
Eric
doing?
Morrow. I'm doing fine. Thank you, ma'am. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Ms. Wheeler. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, the state's offer is going to be 12 months to serve, 28 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, an 8-week anger management course, and a stay away order from 6641 West Peachtree Street and Lucia Michelin, and I'll spell that, and that's Lucien, and then last name is Michelen.
Okay, so this is a time served plea, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, is that your understanding, Mr. McLean?
It is, Your Honor. She needs to be aware that a week from today, she should show up at the probation department. And she has no other hold. She should be released tonight or tomorrow.
Okay. Anything further, Mr. McLean?
Nothing. We asked the court to accept a negotiated plea of guilty while we stipulate the venue, factual basis, and identification.
Ms. Wheeler, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 001653G, you wish to plead guilty to battery, is that correct? Ms. Thomas, you're not on mute. Thank you. I'm sorry, Ms. Wheeler. It's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No. No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Wheeler. When you complete the 8-week anger management course, I'm going to allow the probation to go to a non-reporting status, okay? So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not going to be reporting to probation, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Your Honor, if the court could waive perhaps 2 months of her probation fees, that would help her financially with $49.
Okay. I think that she should be able to get through the anger management in the first 2 months. So I will waive the 2 months of probation fees to help you get on your feet, Ms. Wheeler.
That's great.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Who do we have next?
We probably ought to get
So they still were not able to locate position number 1, Mr. Benz, is that right?
Sorry, Your Honor, I was in. What happened with Ms. Wheeler?
It was a plea.
Be released?
Yeah, it was a time served plea. And who do we have here?
Before you is Ms. Long, Angel Long, Mr. Attorney Howard requested her. She's on the competency calendar, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Mr. Dotis, on position number 1, they were still not able to locate Mr. Benz for you?
I believe they have. He will be, I guess, appearing on the jail iPhone at some point, and I will need to have a quick breakout room to speak with them.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, I just wanted to make sure. So is Mr. Howard in the courtroom?
He is. Yes, Your Honor, he's speaking with the client right now over there.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to see if we were ready for the competency calendar, given that it appears that except for position 1, we've completed the 9 o'clock calendar. So we will be in recess until Mr. Howard's ready to proceed.
Okay, just hold on.
Ms. Grace, since we do have a bit of time, and we only have one position left, I believe, on the state all-purpose calendar, do we want to go over that calendar so we can get that completed?
Okay, that's fine, Judge. How about, what's going on with position number 2?
That was a plea.
I mean, position number 3, Judge, I'm sorry. They
Oh,
reset
okay.
that, I know, but to what calendar?
We just asked for a week.
A week, oh, okay. Then that's, okay, so that's 4/6.
Okay.
Position number 1, you ready, Judge?
I'm ready, yes, thank you.
Okay, position number 1, we are holding. Position number 2 was a plea. Position number 3, reset 4/6 SAP. Position number 4 was a plea. Position 5 and 6 were pleas. Position 7, reset jail jury. Position 8 was a plea. Position 9 and 10, reset jail jury with position 11. Position 12 and 13 were pleas. Position 14, reset 420 competency along with position 15. Position 16, reset 4/6 SAP. Position 17, reset further notice. Position 18 was a plea. Position 19, reset jail jury. Position 20, reset jail jury along with position 21. Position 22, reset jail jury. Position 23 was a plea. Position 24 went to MMC court this morning at 10 o'clock. The calendar, position 1 was a plea, and position 2 will be non-pros. That completes that, Judge.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And we will be in recess until Mr. Howard's ready to proceed.
And Your Honor, when we're ready, I do have a announcement on position 1.
Yes, what's the announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, the jail is still having trouble locating Mr. Benz, so I'd ask if we could reset him to Tuesday's calendar. I know it's a full calendar, but because it is a time served offer, I don't want him to stay any longer than he needs to.
Okay, that's fine. So Tuesday is going to be the 4th. Or for SAP. Okay.
Judge, that calendar is to the max. It's 44 people on that calendar.
Well, I guess I think that I'm doing that calendar, so I'll just have to get it done. I don't want Mr. Ben sitting in jail when he can be out. So
Okay, no problem.
we'll just have to deal with it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll be ready to go to get through all of it on Tuesday.
Okay. Very good.
Your Honor,
Yes,
um, do I need to, what time you want me to be? I gotta go get ready for felony court. And so what I'm gonna do is take the other three ladies back and bring Miss Long back.
okay.
So,
Courtroom 2, are you on with me? Okay, Officer Milton, just do what you need to do. I'm not sure when they're gonna be ready for the competency calendar. So,
I would like to go home and not like to be in here forever. It's been over 2 weeks. Please do something immediately. If I send my attorney to.
sorry, Your Honor.
you're fine. Good morning, Mr. Howard. Are we ready for the competency calendar?
Good morning, Judge. Yes. Yes, we are ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm gonna keep it on mute, okay?
Okay, you're fine. So we're gonna go into a breakout room
Yes.
Okay.
and is this, I'm not sure who this is at ACDC.
Yeah, she's one on the competency calendar, Judge.
Okay,
Long.
Yeah.
all right. And are we gonna need to place her in the breakout room also?
Not at this point, Judge. No.
Okay, all right. So you will place myself, Mr. Howard, Mr. Walker into a breakout room, please. Ms. Champion.
Hi, Judge Law.
Yeah. Hello, is it Judge?
Chilton.
It's
Ain't nothing like a natural courthouse.
okay. Deputy Milton, I'm not doing SAP. I think that's Judge, is it Judge Mincy or Judge Morrow?
It's Judge Morrow. Good
Judge
morning.
Morrow.
It's wonderful to see you.
Is it you too? Is he in the competency breakout?
Yes, it is.
Okay, let me go ahead and, who's the, Miss Champion?
Yes, ma'am.
You put me in the breakout just briefly?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Miss Champion?
Yes, ma'am.
What I'm gonna do, I need to take these ladies back and bring back 4 more ladies. I'm gonna bring Miss Long back,
Okay,
okay?
okay, I'll let them know.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Both of those popped up.
Yeah, this is the one that was popping up, but this one, she's gonna recall this. Can I circle this?
Hello. What the fuck is
Yes, sir.
everybody?
How can we help you?
Hi, this is Kareem Rogers. I was trying to
Okay.
see, have anything started?
Court started at 9 o'clock, sir. What hearing are you here for?
It says mine started at 11.
11? So you're here for
Yes.
the competency calendar?
Yeah, I'm here to, I was supposed to reschedule a court that day.
Okay, so you're here for a bench warrant set aside.
Yes.
Okay, the judge will be back shortly. He's in a breakout room at this time.
All right, thank you.
And it does not look like she's at ACDC anymore, Ms. Long.
Officer Milton said that she was gonna bring her back. She had to go get some more defendants to come for the calendar.
Okay.
Or. Or.
Right. I mean, since she's not here, it can, Mr. Howard, will you just have somebody let her know that what the court
Yes.
has said? Okay.
Yes, we can do that, Judge.
All right. So does that anybody else that's in courtroom 2, any of your clients?
Yep, I think that's it. That was the only person that was gonna be brought.
Okay. All right. So if she comes back, I will speak with her. If she doesn't, it looks like she's coming. So.
All right.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. Have a seat.
Oh, no, you're fine. Good morning, Ms. Long. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. We've had an opportunity to discuss your matter this morning. And I understand that you already have a bond in place, but I'm going to take a look at that bond when you come back before me. And as I've explained to your counsel, Mr. Howard, I want to make sure that you have a place to go, and once you do get out, for me to consider a bond modification. So I'm going to put your case back on the calendar for next week, and at that point in time, Mr. Howard is going to get with you and see if they can get some information for me regarding where you're going to go when you get out. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that. And let you know that we did talk about your case, and I'll see you back next week to consider that bond modification. Okay.
I do appreciate that. However, I've been in here for over 2 weeks, and I wasn't at the bond hearing because I wasn't invited. And at this rate, I would like to speak about the bond. That's what the piece of paper says, that we're rescheduling for a bond hearing and an SAP hearing. I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's the state all purpose. And right now you do have a bond. It's a surety bond, which means that you'd have to pay something to get out. It's my understanding that you're not able to do that. So what I'm willing to do is to consider modifying that bond to a signature bond. But I want to make sure that you have some place to go when you get out. So I'm going to give your lawyer the opportunity to find me that. Now, once we do that, then I'll consider that bond modification. Okay, so that's where we are with you. And I'm happy to hear if you want to speak with me next week. I'm happy to hear from you. But I just want to make sure that you have a place to go. Okay.
Yes, sir. I have a home. I don't live here. I live in Texas. And I could just simply give you my address, and I would like to have the signature bond today. I need to get back home as soon as possible.
Okay, so I've already made my decision in that regard, and Mr. Howard will explain it to you more fully what I'm going to request to give your signature bond.
Okay.
Okay. All
yes,
right.
Required.
Okay, very good. So thank you, Ms. Long. I'll see you back. Okay, and you're going to see me. So I'll be handling your case next week also. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You have a good rest of your day. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
I have one more to ask though. I have not been allowed to exercise my Bill of Rights and the amendments in regards to religious freedoms. I came with a tallit on my head, and I would like to have that permission to wear it.
All right, so I'm going to have, again, Mr. Howard will speak with you regarding that and what the jail's policy is. That's not really something
Jail's
that
policy don't override federal law, sir. When?
Okay, but that I don't, I can't do anything about that. The jail, you'll have to speak with Mr. Howard, and they'll speak with the jail. Okay. All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you, ma'am. Let's see. Thank you, ACDC. We'll see you next time, Officer Milton. I know that we have one DV bench warrant case, Corrine Rogers. Is Ms. Rogers on the line?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
Is it Mr. Rogers? Oh, Mr. Rogers.
Hi.
Yes, good morning. It's my understanding, that, and you're representing Mr. Rogers?
Yes, Your Honor, I am Mide Olaloye on behalf of Mr. Rogers, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning. Let's see, Ms. Bickerstaff, did Mr. Rogers miss a court date?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me go back to it.
Your Honor, I believe it was the November 14th, Your Honor, and I can shed some light kind of what the court allowed. So, Your Honor, I had been speaking with, and I can't recall his name, but I had been speaking with the solicitor who had this case prior. He initially had 3 cases. I represented him on all 3 cases. And based on my conversation, it was my understanding, and I think this was kind of the miscommunication, it was my understanding that all 3 cases had been transferred to Superior Court. Actually, it was just 2. At the time, again, I thought it was all 3. It was 2. I then told Mr. Rogers that 3 of his cases had been transferred to Superior Court, that they were no longer in state court. It actually wasn't until yesterday that Mr. Jordan contacted me and let me know that he still had 1 case that was still at the state court, which is the case that we're here for today, Your Honor. Mr. Rogers had been in communication with me throughout the entire time. So I don't think I can stand and say there was no intention on him missing court. I also believe that the notice that they sent it to his address, he no longer lived there, and there's a return to sender that was filed, that was sent back to the courthouse, Your Honor. So I think this was on my end. I do apologize for letting him know. So there was kind of a misunderstanding on my end from all 3 of his cases being transferred up, when in fact it was just 2. There's 1 left.
Okay, so it just sounds like it was a misunderstanding.
Correct, Your Honor. Correct. And again, he's been in contact with me the entire time. So I don't think at all there was any intention of him missing court.
Given that it was a mistake, Ms. Bickerstaff, do you have any objection to setting aside the warrant in the matter?
No objection.
Okay, all right. So, counsel, if you can prepare the set aside, I'll get it signed.
Okay, we'll do, Your Honor.
All right, we appreciate you letting the court know what happened. So
thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay. Good luck to you, Mr. Rogers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I believe that completes the calendars for this morning. Anything further from anyone before I let you all have a good day?
No, have a good day, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time.
All right, yeah, be safe.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Grace, I'll sign the papers as soon as you get them to me.